So let me just take you through in one slide what is often an hour-long talk that I might give in terms of some key trends. You're laughing, HV, but you've seen me deliver these talks. But let me just make a few summary bullet remarks. In our opinion, today's economic situation continues to favor the cloud. Businesses that are reshaping themselves in light of coming out of the Great Recession. As I had mentioned a moment ago, we've seen a tremendous uptick of large enterprises, not just focusing at the fringe, but looking at the core. This is a very, very significant transition. I think there's several myths in the marketplace. Number one, that the cloud and SaaS is all about SMBs. It's complete nonsense, right? Large enterprises actually were the earliest adopters of software as a service, but they didn't necessarily focus at core business processes. They were focused around a discrete function. It might be around tax compliance, for example, right? While SMBs have been more willing to look at core business processes. And only now, coming out of the Great Recession, are we seeing an acceleration, not just at the fringe, but at the core for large enterprise buyers. Number two, the cloud, including SaaS, PaaS, IaaS, and cloud services, that business process layer, will drive increasing business and IT activity, resulting in hybrid architectures. Hybrid in multiple dimensions, right? Cloud to cloud, cloud to on-prem. Where's the data? Where's the business process handshake? Mike West, actually, where's Mike in the audience over here? Mike recently wrote a very interesting piece defining the complexity associated with hybrid architectures. Even a hybrid application, not just a broad-based architecture, but an application architecture. What SAP is doing as it relates to deploying their new, I think it's called the Large Enterprise On-Demand strategy, is a mix of cloud services with R3, and it's a handshake so that there's some level of intelligence between the two environments. Though many enterprises may lag in embracing PaaS and IaaS, partly because of public clouds lack formal standards. And we do think there is going to be a lag, in particular around workload migrations, because the standards do not exist to appropriately migrate those workloads. Private clouds are clearly of increasing interest, especially amongst large enterprises. The numbers, I don't have enough time to go through some slides today, but the preference amongst large enterprises for the deployment of private clouds relative to public clouds is off the charts, as there are a number of security features and benefits that large enterprises want to control. Except for a handful of discrete offerings, and I'd put Force.com as one of them, platform as a service is still very immature and not yet, quote, enterprise ready for mainstream applications development. Clearly, there's some very interesting experimentation going on today, but many of the platform as a service providers are still relatively immature at this point. It's a whole slew of initiatives. Microsoft's doing some interesting work with Azure. That is clearly not ready for mainstream developers, right? Many of the SaaS vendors have toolkits that allow you to extend their architectures. And if you have an investment in Salesforce or Workday or SAP or others, clearly you can extend the value from those architectures. But in terms of a general purpose, PaaS development environment, soup to nuts, we're still in this kind of early stage. We're probably at least 2 years out before we see beyond Force.com a broad-based set of PaaS alternatives that mainstream buyers can adopt. So as a result of this, our scenario has changed. We believe that through the planning horizon, through 2015, that software as a service will continue to dominate cloud IT spending, including business apps, social computing, and mobility solutions, key aspects of what we're referring to as the boundary-free enterprise. We're not saying that IaaS and PaaS and business process as a service are not important phenomena. It's a question of timing. Integration and workflow in the cloud, primarily with on-premise systems, will remain a critical capability and requirement, especially for hybrid large enterprise environments. And the issue on integration is not just around data integration, it's around process integration. And while today the phenomena in software as a service has been around best of breed solutions and we're cobbling it together with some level of bidirectional data integration, in the future, as we get large enterprises going to the core, the issue is whether or not we'll want to do that or move back toward suites where we have the benefit of some level of process integration across all of the functions. It's a big question mark. It's not clear how it will go down. And I know there's even debate within our own team.